Yo, it's your boy Joe. Up next up on the Co-Pilots podcast, man, we talking Shedeur Sanders. Why is he sliding? The Florida Gators, they run for the national championship and it looked good. And John Morant, what the fuck that boy doing? Up next on the Co-Pilot. Let's go. Yo, it's your boy Joe, one half of the Co-Pilots podcast, man. And tonight, man, tuning into the show, man. Waiting on Greg to come in. He's starting to drive trucks and everything, so we trying to get him in. So he should be tuning in sometime tonight. But we're gonna get right into it, and we're gonna talk about the Florida Gators, man, and the miraculous run them guys had. This school, man, they look good, man, and this is some of the accomplishments. What this team did this year. Third national championship since 2007. Only one of the few schools to have three national championships, three basketball and three football championships, man. So that's big. Todd Golden, youngest coach to win a national championship. That says a lot, man. So sky's the limit for the Florida Gators. But when I look at this team, man, just the way they played, man, and just how they just battled. It felt like a rap song. YFN and Lucci, they just was destined, man, and they were just destined to win, man. When you just look at the Florida Gators and when they started to go on the SEC, then the tournament, I would say you just seen a different effort Florida team than but anybody else in the country. Watching them play and the level of intensity that they play with the defense and the way they are so confident in their shot. I mean, that's like one thing I could say about that Florida team, that they were just confident. And even if Walter Clayton wasn't getting off, you had other guys that was contributing on that team and they would just felt good about their scheme and everything. Um, they was the most battle tested team in the country. This team got down. They never quit. And in this game last night, you just never felt like Houston was up big enough to take control of the lead, man. I never felt comfortable with when Houston was up in that game because it just you always felt like Florida can make a run. They might hit like go on like a little quick little 3-5 overrun real quick. Houston to take command of the lead, and it was a back and forth game, very competitive game. But Florida was the best team, and I want to pit myself on the back because you know I did call that, and I knew that Florida was the better of all the teams, man. Just looking at how they played in the SEC championship game, man. So I'm gonna put myself on the back for that one. I called that one. We drinking tonight on that one. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Florida fan, but being somebody that watch sports, I gotta tip my hat and say, man, this Florida team was good, man. So I'm gonna drink a shot of Blue Label. I got a little bit in here left. I'm gonna drink a shot for y'all, man. So I mean, at the end of the day, Florida they took care of business, and again they had the best player and I would say the best. They was the best team. I would say Duke had the best player, which was in Cooper Flag, but I think the better team was Florida, and they showed it, man. Walter Clayton Jr., Coach Todd Golden. I mean, they had a great chemistry. You just seen it. But let me just talk a little bit about the game. And I salute the Gators enough. But let's talk about Houston a little bit, man. I mean, that shot, man, you got to be able to get a shot off at the end of the game. Uh, I would have made that shot. The dude, it seemed like he knew that he needed to want to try to shoot the three, but then realized, oh man, I don't need two. It was too late. He had already went up. One thing about Ralph Sampson, man, the way the style they played, uh, they got cold. And sometimes to your better judgment, a lot of times coaches, you always do what get you there. if I'm gonna keep doing the same thing that got me here. And it just seemed like he didn't change up his strategy late in the game. He just stuck with what got him there. And I think that ultimately cost him because at times it just seemed like Todd Golden was out coaching Ralph Sampson. Like that play he drew up for Walker Clayton to get him involved. Things like that. When you look back on this game, it separated the reason why that they won the Florida Gators. But I just think that, Houston offense just went cold at the wrong time. It just went off. I mean, you look throughout the course of the game, they was consistent. They was relentless in their defense. But the offense just went cold at the wrong time. And you got a team like Florida that, although they shot bad from three, I think they only hit 6 threes last night. They're like 6 from 27 or something. They shot horrible from the three. Their guys are going to continue to shoot. They're going to continue to, and instead, I mean, I think overall, you just saw that the better team won. And I even think that even if Duke was to make it to title game, I still think that Florida was the better team. Taking a sip here of this drink, so y'all bear with me. But yeah, I still think that they still would have lost. I just think Florida was just all around just way better team. And now they got these guys coming in next year. They got them favorite I think they got them ranked number 19 on the ESPN way too early poll. I don't know, man. College basketball right now and just college collegiate sports as a whole, the transfer portal, man. I mean, it's just a wild, wild west. We're already seeing in women's that South Carolina already they signed they're gonna get the top scorer from last year. She's coming to South Carolina. So I mean, who knows who's gonna be at the end? I don't think no one expected Florida to be the team to win it all. I mean, I think a lot of people probably thought of Duke, Kentucky, some of the more blue bloods to win it. But I mean, salute to Florida, man. And this is big. People don't understand how big this is for the SEC because the ACC used to be a basketball conference. And now that's no longer because when you look at this SEC, they football and basketball now. What people want to believe that or not, and that's just what it is. People might not like that, but that's the truth. We not like that no more in basketball or the ACC. We just not. We not that team to think that we can just have it like that with the basketball teams. I really do think that the ACC is a step behind when it comes to just everything. When it comes to basketball, football. And I did a video about this, and I want to expound too much on it because I have a video about it and I talk about this. But this is big, for the SEC, man. I mean, to get that with all the money they got, in these contract TV deals, man, to win basketball. Now, it just make them the premier basketball conference and the premier football conference. I might be beating the dead horse saying that, but I just had to mention that because, I mean, that is pretty big. So, moving along, man, we're going to talk about. Put up the next topic here. My next topic. So let's talk about Shedeur Sanders, man. And he's been in the news as well. Shedeur Sanders, Colorado Pro Day. Shedeur, and also Dion, he actually got into it with one of the Colorado Colorado scouts. And here's some footage of him, throwing the ball at his pro day. Yeah, man. They say the reviews are so. I mean, Travis Hunter about to gyrate. I had to cut that short. And then here's your boy, Jimmy Horn Jr. Nice ball, nice throw. Put it out there. No acrobat, theatrics. They're gonna have to be extra. But this is a little video, and my thing is why Shedeur is not top 5. And I'm going to break this down real quick, though, when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, man, because I think a lot of people think that you got a lot of haters when you talk about Shedeur Sanders, man. And this is just the bottom line, man. Right now, he's scheduled in most mocks draft. They got him anywhere between 7 to 21. That's saying at the earliest, someone in the top 10 might pick him at early as 7 or 9, which is the ideal, which people I think that New Orleans may be getting him, or at 21, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think for Shedeur Sanders, he just should be happy where he goes at, man. If you just look at Shedeur Sanders, his body of work as a football player, man, this guy came out as a 3-star athlete, 4-star athlete in high school. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of buzz about him coming out of high school. He didn't get a lot of major offers from a lot of Power 5 schools. People might not want to believe that, but he did not get a lot of major offers. The only offer he got, real big offer, and I felt like it was more of a legacy offer from Florida State. That's when Willie Taggart was recruiting him. Outside of that, he didn't get major offers from any Power Fives. FAU, I think he was committed to FAU to go to FAU before he went to Jackson State. So, when you just look at his body of work, what he was able to do at Colorado, and you look at what the draft scouts and executives got him at, he's about where he's at right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as his talent level. Not saying that he can't be a great quarterback, but you just gotta look at it from an overall standpoint that uh his grade and what they're doing is not far from his talent. I don't see why people think it's always hate. People thought it was hating on him because people said that, oh, he was Andy Dalton. I thought that was a compliment. You know what I'm saying? And also another thing, and this a little sidetrack. Steve Smith, when he was at the pro day, he made comments about Travis Hunter and his routes. And that was a problem about, it's hate. So it's like anytime we criticize him, anything like that is always considered hate. I think he's being criticized at the right level right now, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh man, he's a better quarterback than what they're saying, because he's really not, man. When you look at Shedeur Sanders, man, he's a good talent. But when you look at guys that's known for going number 1 at the quarterback position, he don't do like one thing exceptional. When you look at a lot of the other guys that are drafted at the top of the draft, they do things exceptionally well. When you look at the last quarterback, Caleb Williams, he was exceptionally well with the ball, and he had a nice deep ball. When you look at guys like Trevor Lawrence, we thrive on his measurements and his stature as a quarterback and what he did at Clemson as well. When you think about Shedeur Sanders, he done some good things, but has it been like, except we've seen this before already. It's nothing I would say uh new. Oh man, you seen that? When you see guys like Caleb Williams, like, are you seeing that throw he made, or are you seeing this? It's just not there with him, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you have a lot of fanboys out here that feel like everything that he do is that, and it's great. But I think Shedeur can have a great career in the league. If you just think about if he can go to a team like, say, the Steelers, which I think would be an ideal fit, or just a veteran team, a guy like the Rams, say Sean McVay, a guy that can coach you up at quarterback and not going to put you in a position, he's going to put you in the best position to win. So I think this might be a good thing for Shedeur. You're going to have a lot of people going to try to use this race bait and race bait it, but I don't think it has nothing to do with that. And I called this on my channel about a year ago that he was not going to go top 5. I was called a hater, but now as we seeing it and just looking at his body of work, people that watch a lot of football could have told you that this guy was not going to be a top 5 pick, and now those guys are starting to see it. So I'm not going to beat that up too much, man. But yeah, it is what it is, man. And then our last topic of the night, what we're going to talk about, man, we're going to talk about Ja Morant, man. And Ja Morant, man, he is one of these guys I don't understand, man. I just don't understand this young brother. And I thought I had a picture up here of him, but we're just gonna go right into it. And I just think that, man, when you look at Ja, man, you make a lot of money, bro. And the antics that you're pulling, it needs to stop, bro. Somebody needs to get in his corner, bro. Maybe his dad, T. Morant. And I agree with Kenyon Martin when he was talking about this on Gil's Arena a couple months ago, when the whole thing, when his dad was getting kicked out of the game, stuff like that. Like, he got to do a better job of being a father at times, man. Oh, and I don't want to offend nobody because LeBron got offended because he said father, so we gotta just say that I'm speaking from a father to father. Um, shit, I got kids, and we don't always as men sometimes get it right as fathers too. We fuck up too as fathers, man. So we have to be sometimes be big enough to say, you know what, I might need to scale back on some things that I'm doing and be more of a positive example for my son. Not saying that that's what T. Morant doing, but the perception, the outside media, that's what a lot of people think. A lot of people just think that, you just out here just wilding with your son, man, and you're not, guiding him in the right direction. You see that, these incidents and things like that are happening to him, and you're not you're not directing, and it's coming off as you don't care. I think you got to protect the bad, man. You got to protect the bad, bro. I mean, you have to understand that you are in the 1% of people. You're in the 1%, bro. And when you're in that 1%, man, you got to treat yourself. You got to be different, bro. And it seemed like he just don't care. It just, I don't know, man. They did find him out there to check in because he went back and did it again. But again, man, the gun incident, the gun thing, man. I think actually what's going to end up happening, they're going to do what the NFL did with the nose swipe or whatever. They taking it out. They're going to probably do something the same way in the NFL. I mean, NBA. They're going to probably start banning some of these things these guys do. And just to make it fair, I don't think Jaws being targeted. That's another thing. A lot of people's narratives being out there is that Jaws being targeted. No, you put the target on your back when you do stuff like this, man. I used to tell my soldiers that all the time. In order to do right in the military, man, just do the simple thing. Come to formation on time. Give you all that PT and do your best at your job. You do those three things in the military, you'll be straight. And it just seems like with Ja, he just don't want to do the little things right. I mean, simple is just not brandishing, showing a gun, which you can't do because of what your situation is, and you continue to do it, man. So I think that he has to mature a little bit more, and that comes with age. But another thing is when you look at this Memphis Grizzly team, man, um, they don't have no player on their roster over the age of 30. And that's very concerning because when you look at a lot of these rosters, man, and I went through a lot of these NBA rosters when I was preparing for this, there's always vets, at least one or two vets on a roster, guys over 30 or guys that might have been in the league for a long time, that can really help these young guys. And I don't think Ja got that, man. Now they was told that Dylan Brooks was supposed to be that guy to kind of help him, but I don't think DB the guy to do it, man. Not Dylan Brooks. I'm sorry. Marcus Smart. That's what it was. Not Dylan Brooks. Marcus Smart was supposed to be that guy. But I don't know, man. Maybe he's not listening to him. But you got to get somebody in there, man, that can relate to him because that's your franchise, man. But can he lead this team? Right now they're in the play-in, sitting at the 7th spot, and they control their destiny. All they got to do if everything stay packed, they win and they end. They secure the 7th seed spot. But if they don't, they could be in a dogfight, man. And if you look at the Western Conference, man, and I meant to mention this earlier, and I forgot to mention this too, because Mike Malone got fired. And just to mention, Mike Malone got fired. Um, these guys might be playing in the play-in. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They're dwindling. They're falling in the standings. So you could have a experienced Denver team in the play-in. You could have a Golden State Warriors team that could be in the play-in because they're fighting for to stay above the play-in line. I think they're sitting at the 5th or 6th spot. So you got a plethora of teams in the Western Conference that could be in the play-in. So every game matters. There's less than 10 games left in the season for these guys, and they got all these games to matter. And can a guy like Ja Morant lock in for the last part of the season and get these guys over the hump, man? And doing stuff like this with the gun stuff, I don't know, man. And I can see them could be the outside looking in the playoffs, man. With this, but again, man, Ja Morant got to get this thing under control, and really think about the bad, man. In my opinion, man. So, that's all I got right now, man. But I do want to talk about some departures, man. Oh, but before I get up out of here, man, I want to talk about the uh the firing of Mike Malone, man, and because the Mike Malone got fired, and then before I came on, the Nuggets are letting go Russell Westbrook. So right now, obviously, there's something going on behind the scenes in Denver that we did not know, and I kind of felt like with the Denver Nuggets, man. Once the Lakers acquired Luka, and then when they played them, I think that Saturday night, maybe about a month ago, when he kind of it was like one of his debut games, when that first week of him coming to LA, he went and played against the Nuggets, and they just dismantled that team. I think the writing was on the wall for this Nuggets team that they knew that they couldn't compete with the Lakers anymore. And they've had the Lakers number for a number of years. That's been their Achilles heel. Well, as far as the Lakers, they've been able to beat everybody else in the West but the Nuggets. And now with Luka, which seemed like that's their weapon X for the Lakers, I think the Nuggets knew that it's time to do something different. Now, do I think they handled it the right way? No. You don't fire a coach like Mike Malone, who's been around the NBA for a long time, who's won you a championship, and you let him go in the middle of the season, at the end of the season. Like, I just think that was kind of crazy. But a lot of these GMs this year has been doing crazy stuff. You look at what Nico Collins did in Dallas. And it kind of feels like to me, and I'm getting sidetracked a little bit, that the NBA trying to set LeBron up to win another title, man. I don't know, but it just feels like the NBA gods are all lining up to help LeBron win a title, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, but hey, my bad. But yeah, it just seems like that's what's happening right now. But I say all this to say that the Nuggets they gonna have to they look like they may be pushing the reset button a little bit, or redoing some things organizationally, because I mean these are major moves. You don't let go of Russell Westbrook and your coach and your GM all in the same day. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna drop a video here, hopefully in the next day or so, and find out what's going on with this Nuggets team. Um, I think also too, man. You look over the course of the free agencies, they've lost key pieces. I mean, the KCP signing. Then they lost another big guy in free agency the year before, the year after they won the finals. So it just seems like a combination of that, and it's what it is, man. Like I say, I think it shocked a lot of people around the NBA world that he got fired, but um, we'll see what this team do. Can this be the spark? It could be the spark. I don't think it will, being so late in the season, and who you're gonna get. Are you just relying on Jokic to do everything? And Jokic's been banged up too. He's been playing with a lot of injuries. So I don't know about this one, man, about the Nuggets, but right there was a crazy move, man. So let's talk about arrivals and departures, man. I got a bunch of arrivals and departures today, man. And my first arrival today, I gotta go with the Florida Gators, man, winning that championship. Like I say, third in win since 2007. I think Florida is now a two school uh sport when it comes to recruiting. Like, they can get the top basketball players now, and they can get the top football players now, and that's I say is good. That's good for Florida, and it's good for the conference, the SEC. So that's my first arrival. My second arrival is the NFL. The NFL has approved they're going to start like releasing more throwback jerseys, letting them play in more throwbacks. It's been a high demand, and it's been high demand for fans because I think all the fans like the throwback jerseys, man. It just bring back memories. And the throwback jerseys look dope, man. I think it look better than some of the new jerseys they're creating. So for them to say they're going to put more emphasis on the throwback jerseys and doing that a lot more, that's a good thing for the fans. We like that. So that's a salute to arrivals for the NFL. My next arrival is the Duval Dolphins, man. I had the honor of working with those guys over the weekend, and they put a dominant performance on the field, beating Mandarin Tigers 39-0. I mean, dominating fashion, man. Did a thing. Also over the weekend, I got the chance to privilege also watch The Edward Waters College Tigers dominate against Miles College in baseball, 10-3, good games. So salute to those two hometown teams. Duval. I'm always gonna represent my Jacksonville Jaguars and the city of Jacksonville because I'm from Jacksonville. So salute to that. Also, let's talk about Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard kind of started his own league. And he's opening up to the public. People can go try out. And, if you think you got skills, pay the bills, go down into Atlanta. Don't know when, but he's opening up, and it's a little league there. Dwight Howard, man. Uh, all right. Departures, man. I gotta go with Mike Malone, man. Mike Malone, bro, getting fired. I thought that was a bad thing for you guys, and it says a lot about ownership now. People ain't being patient, man. They won't, or maybe whatever rip. But I'm gonna find out about this Mike Malone thing. We got to figure out what's going on with that. Michael Jordan, another Michael Jordan. He's in court too, and with NASCAR, they're going through some legal issues. So that's a departure. With it's some things, with NASCAR. He sued NASCAR. He's going through a lot with that. So more news to follow on that and see what happens with that. Houston Cougars, man. As much as y'all been good for the last 5 years or so, Ralph Sampson coming back to the program, reviving that Houston program. It's been relevant, and they finally was able to get over the hump this year, get back to the national championship game, something they wasn't able to do in a long time. Fell short. You gotta tip your hat to Ralph Sampson, but they lost, bro. And the way y'all lost, man, it could, it's gonna be a head scratcher for a while, but it should motivate you guys to get back in there next year and do y'all thing, man. And the last departure, I gotta say, the ACC, man. What have the ACC come to? We ain't shit. Football, we ain't shit. Basketball, we ain't shit. They only got 3 teams. The ESPN predicted way too early. Top 25 in basketball, and we supposed to be the basketball conference. So, the SEC's king now in football and basketball, man. So it is what it is, man. So thought Greg was gonna get on, man. I was waiting for him, hoping he was able to get on. But it is what it is. I'm gonna tune in and get up out of here, man. It's your boy Joe. Log on to the YouTube channel, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. A bunch of videos out. Also check out my latest video, ACC Dying Conference. I'm talking about that tonight. You can go and find a little bit more in detail about what I'm talking about. Also, a bunch of shorts on Ja Morant. We talked about that as well. And just check out the channel in a whole. Also, Substack, man. Got a Substack, right? Every Friday, the dopest sports article on the internet. Check it out, man. It's on Substack. If you got LinkedIn, go on LinkedIn as well. Read it. Take off, man. It's your boy Joe. One half of the Co-Pilots podcast, man. Y'all see all the socials down here on the bottom scrolling, man. I love you guys. Peace.